Well, I got another video review for you. So I'm here with my mom at her house, and today we're going to be doing some pressure washing on her driveway. And about a month ago, I had went to a family member of mine's house, and they needed some pressure washing done. So I told them I'd come help them. And they had this particular product, the SurfaceMaxx surface cleaner. And I'd never used it before, and I hooked it up to their pressure washer, and I think it was like a 3600 psi pressure washer, and it done really well. So they had a lot of concrete, and it took me a couple days to do it, but I gotta say, if I hadn't had it, it would have took me a lot longer. This thing really does cut down the amount of time and strain, and you know, pretty much if you can just slowly walk down through there, then you can operate this product. Now, it does say on the box that it can work with either electric or gas pressure washers, and are rated from 2800 to 4500 psi. So, you know, that's a pretty large range, and I wasn't sure just how good it was going to do. And like I said, his pressure washer, I believe, was 3600 psi, and so it did really well. Now, there was a couple of spots where it was really caked on there from like not being pressure washed in 20 years, and it was almost black, and we had to go over it a couple of times, you know. And you know, you got to keep in mind, when you don't have as much pressure, you got to slow down and make overlapping passes and stuff. But you know, this thing really did a good number cleaning that concrete. So today I'm excited to try it with my pressure washer. I've got a 4200 psi pressure washer, and so it should clean it a little bit faster. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out of the box for you so you'll know what to expect when you get it. I'm not going to waste a lot of time on the unboxing, but you got your paperwork, and then you've got your surface cleaner. Now it's made out of stainless steel, so it's not going to rust on you. And then it's got this little 1/4 inch fitting right here, and it swivels side to side, and so it doesn't matter which side that you're on, you know, it'll move back and forth. Now your little spindle here, it's sealed up, so you don't do any kind of maintenance on it. It's just a sealed unit. So this here is aluminum, this here is brass, and then this is stainless steel. And then here on the bottom, you can see that you've got like this little brushed area, and what that's for is to try to move some of the debris out of the way, and then also it keeps the splash down from getting all over your legs and throwing dirt all over the place. And like I said, you know, if there's like acorns or something on the ground and you're trying to clean that surface, this just kind of you know, brushes it out of the way. Now I do recommend, if there's like pine cones and lots of acorns and stuff like that, get out there with a blower and blow your driveway off before you get started. That way nothing's getting caught up under here, and you know, that way nothing's hitting this little piece that spins, so you don't damage it. But I gotta say, the thing rolls really good. It's got, you know, these casters on there. They're swivel casters, and it's effortless just pushing the thing along. You know, if you can push a broom, you can push this. I mean, it's really dummy proof the way that it works. So to complement the surface cleaner, I'm going to be using the pressure washer gun with the ergonomic grip. It says it's got a 2-year warranty. It's good with gas or electric pressure washers, and it's rated at a minimum of 1600 to 4500 psi. Now, one of the features with this gun here is it's got the grip. Instead of just having just the handle here like normal, you've got like a little grip here on the side, and you can move it up or down depending on how tall you are, and that way, you know, when you're working, you know, it makes it more comfortable for you. Also, I went ahead and got a 36-inch wand, and I figured I'd get one a little bit longer since I'm you know, kind of on the taller side. This is a little bit longer than the one that my pressure washer come with. It just fits on there like that. Got these little grips right there where you can tighten that fitting up, and you can see it doesn't take but a second to connect it. Now it's all nice and tight. Now for the other end, you've got the 1/4 inch quick connect. So when you put that cleaner in here, then you can see that it locks in place. Now, I was talking earlier that this one had a swivel on it, so you can swivel it front to back. So if you got this laid on the ground, you can pick it up from this side and start using it, or if it's laid on this way on the ground, you can pick it up and start using it. So it swivels, so you know, it just makes it a lot easier on your wrist. You don't have to worry about it binding up when you're pushing it. So I went to Lowe's last night and got this quick disconnect kit, and I'm going to be using this fitting right here on the very bottom. This one here attached to the very bottom of the handle on the wand there, so it'll make it a 1/4 inch quick connect, so it hooks onto your high pressure hose for your pressure washer. So before I go ahead and attach this quick connect fitting, I want you to look here in the end of the handle, and you can see on the inside there it's like got a screen in there. It's like I would say it's probably like a stainless steel screen, just to help catch some of those contaminants so nothing gets down in there. But keep in mind, it's still a good idea to run the screens on like your water hoses and stuff. And I found some on Amazon that I'm going to try this time. They're made out of silicone and they got the metal screen on there, but I know that SurfaceMaxx does carry some traditional ones, the rubber ones with the metal screen. So if you do need some in a hurry, you can pick those up at Lowe's. But I'm going to be trying the silicone ones with the screen on there. They're a little bit softer, and so I wanted to see if they would seal up pretty good since I'd already bought them. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and get started, so stay tuned. Alright, so in this little quick connect kit, it comes with a connector that hooks to the end of your water hose, or you can hook it up to the spigot on your house. And then you got a little fitting here. And what I'm going to use it for is just right here on the pressure washer. I'm going to connect it right there on the hose side, tighten this up, and once you get it tightened up on there, then now you can take this fitting here, and it's got a quick connect, so you can walk up, plug it in, and then now it's just easy to take on and off, and plus it's got a swivel, so if you gotta go to remove it, then it's easy to take on and off. So I thought that was pretty cool. They also provide you with some other quick connects, and I'm going to take them, and I was going to put one on the end of my little nozzle there. And it seems like every time I try to go to wash the car or spray something off, this thing usually leaks. So that's what I was saying. I found some silicone O-rings there with the screens in them, and so I'm going to be using these this time. Then now it makes it really easy. Let's say you get through with the surface cleaner and you've got some debris that needs to be washed off, just like to rinse the driveway off or something. Then you can just come up real quick, disconnect this from the pressure washer, because it's got the quick connect, and then you can put it right in to your water hose nozzle, and you know, now it swivels and keeps it from kinking up as bad, you know. So that little connector kit really does come in handy, really does save you some time. All right guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, when I'm out here pressure washing, I like to be comfortable. I'm fat and I get hot, and on the medication that I'm on, and so that's the last thing I want to do is get out here and have a heat stroke. So while it looks overcast today, it's really probably in the low 90s. One of the things I do to keep cool is I've got one of these solar hats, and it's got a solar panel on it with a little fan here in the front, and as long as the sun's out, it'll keep me nice and cool. And then I've got one of these little fans that you wear around your neck, or you can wear it around your waist, and this thing really does pull a lot of air up to your face. Now, some of the things that I keep with me when I pressure wash, I like carrying these little night eyes, little strap kits. They're good for your water hoses and your high pressure hoses, and they work really well. And then also I keep quite a few little things in here for your O-rings. This is a super lube. It's just like a silicone grease. Now if you're in a bind, you can use like dielectric grease from the parts store, like you would put on light bulbs and things like that. It's pretty much the same thing, except this is just a better version of it. I keep a dental pick with me. I can pull these little O-rings out with the dental pick and replace them, and these are just some little cheap O-rings that you can get as replacements. And then earlier I said that I had those little silicone water hose with a screen, the little O-rings with a screen. That's what they look like there, and you can get them in like the 20 packs. That's what I've done here. Plus there's some extra O-rings for the pressure washer. And then I've got a couple pairs of pliers and, you know, my little sprayers and stuff. And I just keep it all in a little box and carry it with me. And that way, you know, I can just put the lid on it whenever I need it. You know, I've got it. And that way I'm not hunting for nothing. All right, guys, so I just wanted to show you the driveway and the sidewalk. And you guys can see that it's long overdue for some pressure washing. It's been several years since it's been pressure washed. And I'm gonna start right here with the surface cleaner first, so you can see how dark it is. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing cranked up. It hadn't been started in a few years. I used my cousin's last month, and this thing was sitting in storage. So like I said, it hadn't been running in a few years, so hopefully it don't give me any fits today. I just did this square here, and you can see after I'm done, you know, it didn't leave any stripes behind. It looks all nice and uniform, but it still has some residue on there that just needs to be washed off. You can see right here. And so that's where these quick connects come in handy. I'm just gonna pinch a hose off right here, and then I'm gonna pull this just like that. And now I can hook it right in, and now I didn't get any water on me. And then now I can just rinse all this residue off. So sometimes, like I said, sometimes you want to use the water hose to clean some of that residue off. Sometimes you can just spray it off with a pressure washer, but sometimes it's easier to do it with the water hose. Now you can see there's some staining and stuff. You know, I knew that there would be some because I did not pre-treat it or post-treat it with any kind of chemicals or anything. It's just straight up water. And you know, there's a few little spots that I see now that I've rinsed it, but for the most part it looks nice and uniform and clean, and I can always go back and re-hit it now that I've got some of that dirt off and I can see a little bit better. Now I know some people use pool chlorine. You know, I usually get some at Walmart and it works good, and you can pre-treat it or post-treat it with that, and it just helps kill some of that bacteria and algae and stuff from growing on the concrete, and keeps it from coming back if you post-treat it. So, and plus if you've forgotten to hit a spot, sometimes you can put some of that pool chlorine on there, and it'll clean the concrete without even pressure washing it sometimes. And sometimes you have to go back and clean it, but you know, for the most part it does a pretty good job. But with just the surface cleaner, just for the first pass, you know, I think that did pretty good. Now, literally, this took me about 15 minutes just to do this whole block here from side to side. And you can see this has still got quite a bit of residue on it. As you can see, when I rinse it off, that residue just comes right up. So, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and give it one more quick little pass now that I can see where the dirty spots are. And should be good. Like I said, it took me about 15 minutes to do this little square, so probably a good couple hours to do a driveway this size. You know, if you're particular like I am and get the edges and all that kind of stuff and the sidewalks, probably a couple hour job. But if you had to do this without the surface cleaner, you're gonna spend most of the day out here. I mean, literally, it saves you a lot of time. I mean, it really does save you a lot of time. so I'm not gonna make this video so long and drawn out, but I gotta say, man, this thing really does, you know, speed up the process tremendously. And you can see right here, I did this little section here. Now this is a lot newer concrete than that over there, but just to give you an idea of what it looks like. Now there's still some residue on here that needs to be rinsed off, but you can see that there's no streaks in it, and it looks really good. Now right here, you can see I just did a little spray here in the middle, but this is all dirty right here, and you can compare it to right where you're at over there. It's a lot cleaner. But anyways, I appreciate you guys watching, and if you're interested in a SurfaceMaxx surface cleaner, don't be scared to get out and get one, because they really do work good, and it does save you back. It beats trying to wash a driveway or a flat surface with a spray nozzle. You know, it's just a lot faster. Plus you got these wheels to rely on, and you can see this thing just rolls really good. And then with the handle being adjustable like that it is, just loosen this up and you can pull it up high or low depending on how tall you are. You can unloosen it here and move it to the other side if you want to. And I find myself moving it a lot just because I get fatigued really bad. Just simply because my feet hurt. I've got feet problems and I can't stand for long. And you know, I end up switching side to side, and sometimes, you know, I hold it funky different ways. So this just adds another place to grip onto it, and then gives you a different height variation. So anyways, appreciate you guys watching. Get out and get you one of these SurfaceMaxx. I guarantee you'll thank me for it. And if you got one of them, put it down in the comments. Let me know how it works for you. And I'll put a link down in the description for got a waist fan, a hat, some of those O-rings, the silicone O-rings with a screen on them. I'll put some of that stuff down in the description. I'm an Amazon affiliate, and I'll put a link where you can find the SurfaceMaxx as well. So appreciate you guys watching. Until next time, have a good one. See ya.